All right, some vibes going. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Bike Delling with Channing. It's December 29th, 2025. All right, so we're gonna work on today. Let's just warm up a little bit. Get a little body shape in there. Right now, I'm just warming up. Let's let me know how the audio sounds. I'm trying something new tonight. YouTube will probably ban me, but you know, So, how's it sound? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Welcome to By Devin with Channing. Right now, we're just gonna work on a New Year's graphic, a New Year graphic. Figure it out. All right. Welcome to By Devin with Channing. Like I said, today is Monday, December 29th. It's currently 8:18. We've been drawing for about 5 minutes or so, just kind of sketching things out, figuring out the audio situation, and yeah. So I'm glad we're all here. Matter of fact, let's write that. All right. All right. So what is this little guy telling me? Maybe it's holding like a little star or something. Hmm. Uh, I'm just gonna play around a little bit. What's our guy saying to us right now? What's happening? Let's add a have a little background. Or actually, add a little shadow area. Trying to find the right vibe. All right. Make him a little bit smaller. I'm kind of trying to fill in, see what we're. What's up, man? I'm glad you're here. Let's get some. Let's draw something cool today, shall we? Right. Okay. Working on networking, some networking software. Okay. What's up? I think I want this guy's body to kind of go back behind him a little bit. I don't know. Congrats, man. Congrats. That's what's up. A plus entry level exam, man. Congrats. That's what it takes, man. That's all we here for. Just to show up, you know, get an hour of solid work in on something, focus on something, and let the results speak for themselves. So that's what's up, man. Yeah, I sound like this side, maybe it's a little, maybe it's like clutching him on, you know. He doesn't have a star. He doesn't have a light. I think I'm gonna move this arm out a little bit. Oh man, in the wrong layer. Sorry, though. Here we go. Here we go. So I think we're just, a story is crafting, a scene is developing. I don't really have a theme in mind for tonight, but with it being the new year, everyone focusing on, big goals and things they want to accomplish this next year. I think this drawing came from a sense of, everybody want to find their special thing, what they're good at and what they can, give to the world. And, I think that's what this illustration is telling me so far. This is what it's giving me. We have our central character in the middle, with this light, this ball of light, just kind of examining it. And now we have onlookers, in various emotions, all surprised right now, but even their body language is giving, where this one is, giving, so, some curiosity. This one's giving a little bit of almost intrepidation or fear, a little bit, or I won't say fear, I'll say like, apprehension, you know. So yeah, a little apprehension here. I'll make that small. There we go. But yeah. So so let's find something that's in the vibe of this drawing. Like music. Music is good for me because it helps, get you in the vibe or something. So let's figure out what this looks like, what the sound is for it. We'll go superstition this year. We'll go superstition for right now. So yeah, maybe the prompt for tonight is What are we believing in this next? Testing, 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 testing. Okay. I don't know what that was about, but I think we're good again. All right. I'm not sure what that was, but we back. You see, man, people try to stop your wonder. You gotta try to have wonder out here. Goddamn internet wanna stop your shine. So, but it's all good. Still no sound. We should be good now. Testing. All right, perfect. All right, all right, all right. See, all right. So today's theme is wonder. I appreciate you, brother, for dropping that inspiration to the chat, man. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I appreciate that. And community is where the best ideas come from. So this is an example of that. Uh, I will be sharing the Cartoon Your Year challenge uh, in a few days. And what that is every single week I will release a prompt, a one-word prompt that we will draw off of or work off of. It could be writing, drawing, whatever creative pursuit you have. And yeah, you can share it with me, share it online, and tag Body Dubbing or Channing or tag me, and we'll post it. So every week we'll have one word, uh, and yeah, we'll just work on how to develop ideas from a one word prompt and then post it and share it. And like I said, it doesn't have to be art. I'll be drawing, but if you have a poem or you know I don't know, anything, feel free to share it. And so now let's get into some color a little bit. Let's add a little bit of background. I'll recap it real quick. Actually, no, let's just keep working. We don't have that much time. Start a little bit late, so what I think I want to do is, I want to make him glowing in the center, right? So that means I need to darken the outside, create some contrast a little bit. So let's get a big brush. That's a little too big. And I'm just coloring in around him. So now we have a nice little some contrast. And so now I'm going to add a little bit of yellow in there to kind of highlight that. Drop that below that. And now let's figure out a color for these guys. I think for right now, and I'm also just I'm experimenting on kind of coloring on one layer for these body doubling sessions, just because I want to be able to move a little bit quicker. So you'll see me doing that, but typically I like to separate the colors from a base color and then go from a detail layer and go up. Uh, Let me just some sparkly emojis in the chat, man, or something. And then maybe we can color these guys, you know, if what color is curiosity? Orange? What color is the curiosity, dude? Maybe like there will be certain people. Oh, I got it. Okay, so there will be certain people that will, that will be curious of your light and in a good way. And so maybe they begin to take on the color of your light because, they're curious about it. And then there will be people who will be apprehensive to it. They won't know what to make of it. So, they'll probably be, and once again, this is kind of just base colors. Maybe they'll be a little, and then there will be some people who won't like to see you shine, man. And unfortunately, they do exist. But, what is David without Goliath, right? Uh, but these motherfuckers, they won't get much shine at all. They'll be in the back. Because it's what they do. They just sit in the back and they hate. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're not haters yet. I won't put that on them. Maybe they just don't know. For whatever reason, they exist and they play their part. Play their part. I don't know if I want to. actually draw like more faces, but I do want more eyes back here though. Maybe, and these eyes may not become anything. I may drop these eventually, but let's get some just some more expressions in the background. Let's see when we go to Pinterest and we look for expressions. Most of the emotion is captured in the eyes, so we can really say a lot. I think we don't have anybody. I'll lose that one for now, and let's try this. Mm, That's close. Almost the emotion I want. Almost the emotion I want. It's a subtle thing. It's a very subtle thing. Mm, I'll come back to that. Let's figure out what we're doing with these guys first. Kind of like I like less of an arm. Yeah, I was going for envious, man. I was going for envious or maybe seduction a little bit, maybe like seducing, but you know, we'll come back to it if necessary. Because I don't know if it's necessary. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend too long working on something that I'm not even going to really keep, or doesn't push the story along. That's kind of where we're at right now, right? Like what pushes the story along. Let's see what else we got. All right, how do we feel about the characters right now? We're missing something. I need a little bit more darkness behind him. So yeah, y'all, welcome to By Devlin with Channing. Right now we're working on today's theme is Wonder, provided by a guy named Kimball in the group. Um, so yeah, that's what we're working on today. Wonder. What does wonder mean to you? What does wonder look like? How do we illustrate that and capture that? I think we're starting off with a good foundation right now. And next week, well, this week, I will be sharing like I said, a list for next year, 1 week at a time, where we will break down one of these at a time. The next By Devin will be next Monday, every Monday, moving forward for the next year or so. It'll be every Monday. I probably will do it in the mornings though, because just my own creative flow and energy wise, most people are most creative in the morning. So, and I think this is a good way to start your week. You know, I may do a little bit earlier too, where we just come on early in the morning, maybe 8 a.m. ish, maybe earlier, you know, and we, yeah, get our creative juices flowing early. Who knows though? You know, I'm trying to figure it out with my own time, my own schedule, as well as like what works best for involvement of others. Because, like I said, this really is about community, and it really is about us coming together and just working on something. It doesn't have to be art; it can be anything. But I think just an hour of dedicated focus, you know, we can move mountains, right? So, you know, turning big plans into small wins, and you know, keep it easy. Just show up and work on something. I got a few projects I'm bringing out next year, so I'm lining those up as well. And there's always a balance of figuring out how I'll intertwine those projects with doing this, because obviously requires time, requires focus and planning. So yeah, I may incorporate some of those projects throughout the year, but we'll see. And see, when you add color like that, you can use white to be the differentiator, you know. And I like that opportunity. You know, starting out on white paper is always a little challenging, because you know, there's nothing there. But when you add some color to it, and then you can kind of take away and, you know, add and subtract from there, it makes the process a little bit easier to work with. And then maybe, oh man, wrong layer. Hate when you do that. But this is just a subtle, this is just a subtle like halo around the orb. Let's see. So right now I'm just kind of filling in around these guys a little bit. I think I may do something like that where they got a small, a thin line around them of whatever their color is. Or actually maybe yeah, I'll link that to be like the shadow of them. Gonna soften it up a little bit. Hmm, I don't know. Hmm. All right, let's see. We've been drawing for about an hour now. Start a little bit late, so I'll go a little bit longer. But I think we got a solid day in, solid night in. Now let's see what looks good from an inking perspective. I kind of like the blue though. I don't know. I don't think I want to do a black outline. Hmm. Hey man, I appreciate you joining tonight, man. I'm glad you were here. Enjoy your night. Right now, I'm just kind of, finding out the light source. If the light source is coming from, you know, if it's coming from here, right? How's it hitting the characters? So that means that let's use a different color than white. But then that means that everything behind is darker. I don't know. I have to figure that out later. Mm. Yeah, let's do that. Let's what happens if I make the line art white instead? Let's see. Well, I think that's all for tonight. I think we've came, we saw, we conquered. About an hour and a half in, and this is what we have. Where we at? There we go. We do one more recap. Actually, no need. I appreciate you all joining me tonight.